Alex is back, and today I'm here with a new video. But before this video starts, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you'll be one of my first subscribers, and you'll be the first people to ever watch my videos.
Yeah.
Because I have the world's smallest channel right now. Okay, not that small. So, guys, I've been thinking, all this planet videos and that stuff, it's just too old, and it's too boring. I mean, it's this boring. Look at this guy. So I was suggesting we make a video on something more interesting. So I'm gonna, if anybody's watching my videos, if it's even my cousins, whoever's watching it, shout out to my cousins. They're the most people who watch my videos. If anybody's watching this, please tell me, should I continue my Planet series and then start these more interesting things, or should I don't? So comment down below, or my cousins can just tell me verbally, but it would be better to comment down below. And whatchamacallit, yeah, so that interesting thing I was talking about is a supernova, which is this. The explosion of a star when it gets destroyed is this. Imagine how much energy would that be. Now, oh yeah, today's video is about the supernova, not the next planet on our trip, Earth. Which, that's why I asked you at the beginning of the video. So tell me if you want this, or do you want more interesting things and more complicated things? Whatever. I don't care. I can get information, it's not that hard. Google is to the rescue for information, even books. Okay, now I'm going to start reading out the causes of a supernova. Now, a supernova is basically an explosion of a star. Well, in our case, it would be an explosion of a sun, if it ever exploded. Now, they can occur when the white dwarf star in a binary star system explodes, or when a large star runs out of fuel and explodes. So basically, a dwarf star is... What is a dwarf star? I thought it's a dwarf planet. I know what a dwarf planet is, but I don't know what a dwarf star is. Wait, I get it. A dwarf star. Basically, if you know about a dwarf planet, which is a planet which is super small and looks like a meteorite, and that's why it's not considered a planet. In our solar system, the Milky Way, it was, whatchamacallit, what was it named again? In our solar system, there was one dwarf planet, which is sometimes considered a planet, sometimes it isn't. It just switches between those two. Some scientists say, sometimes don't. We don't really know. And that is Pluto, which is the dwarf planet, or if someone says it's the night planet, that's also fine, because nobody actually knows. So dwarf star is just like a star which is super small and doesn't give that much light, and isn't that much whatchamacallit, it doesn't do much damage when it turns into a supernova. Even though it's a dwarf star, it can still become a supernova later. The main sequence of stars are dwarf stars. The meaning of the word dwarf was later extended to some star-sized objects that are not stars and compact which basically means that they were just like things that look like stars, but they didn't really. They're not that long-lasting stars. They die really quickly. Which, when they die, the big stars, or like the main stars, the real stars, explode because of them. Because the shock waves that they release affect their atmosphere. And the second was, what did I tell you again? When fuels, and like when it runs out of fuel and it can't burn anymore, then eventually it just lets out all the power it's left, and then it does make like different other things from this giant explosion, because of course it's like a giant thing. And it's a giant thing, so of course it's gonna explode and give a bunch and a lot of energy. Astronomers today study supernovas, or novae, whatever you want to call it, to learn. Oh, novae, I get it. No, supernovae is the plural form of supernova. To learn more about how the Earth and our universe is formed. So basically, all these supernovas and suns and all these stars, dwarf stars, are all related to our universe forming, or how the Earth formed. Which this is all related. Basically, this is on the Big Bang Theory, which is not really a proven theory, but according to scientific research, it might be true, it cannot. Only God knows, because He's the Almighty and the greatest. So only He knows how does He. Well, we all know God made this universe, but we need to find out what are all these things in it. Now, that's about the causes of a supernova. Now I'm going to tell you a few of the famous supernovas that happened, in the eyes of NASA, which basically means they saw it through like a telescope or something. Let me just find that out somewhere. Okay, so there's a few supernovas, which are kind of famous, but most of them are like those code names from NASA. Like, what are they called again? Like, one of them is CN1006. I'm not telling them. I'm telling like the proper names. So the first one is a Crab Nebula, which is the short I showed you in the beginning to show what a supernova is. That's the first one that I showed you. Then there's a Cassiopeia. I don't know how to pronounce that. You can just search Google and find out about these stars more. I don't know that much. You know what? I'm gonna start. I might see what's about this. So the next one is a Kepler's supernova. The Kepler supernova was seen in 1604. This was before the invention of the telescope, but it was bright enough to be seen with the naked eye. Okay, so basically this means that it was so bright that its craters fell to the earth, even though telescopes didn't exist back then. So the next supernova we're going to be talking about is a spin-wheel galaxy. Man, is that such a carnival name. Recent supernovae can be found at latest supernovae. Supernovae in 2023 include... Okay, this is just telling me what type of one in 2023. Okay, that's about it. The ones which have tiny bits and the ones that have codes, I'm not reading that out. That's way too confusing. So that's about it. But we learned about the causes of a supernova. We didn't know. What other things happen when a supernova happens. Let me find out about this. Let me just think. While I'm thinking or like finding something, you guys can just. Okay, guys, I got some information. So, when a supernova when a star gets destroyed, it turns into a supernova, right? All the gases are like just go out of it, and all the no, they don't. A dense core, which is like the main part, which gives all the energy, and hot gases are left of that star, which is called a nebula for some reason. I'll do more research on a nebula, maybe tell you in the next video. When stars are especially large, when stars are super large, and the core, when the core breaks, it turns into a black hole, which I'm pretty sure most people in the world know what a black hole is, but I'll explain it anyway. A black hole is basically a giant, it's a vacuum. Just pretend it's a vacuum. Your mom is vacuuming somewhere, and then it's sucking up everything it can. A black hole is just like a giant vacuum, and if you go near a black hole, you are sucked in. You travel millions of light years and get burst out of a white hole. What the white hole is a theory, while a black hole is actually found out somewhere. So this is a very dangerous thing, because if you get sucked into a black hole, there's no chance of you coming back unless it's like when there's spaceships that can just teleport back. Okay, guys, so that's the end of our first video. Now I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.